Hey class, this is Dr. Stevens. Just giving you a little welcome video, wishing you Happy New Year. Looking forward to a new spring semester. Hope you've got everything in order and ready to go. Just want to give you a quick introduction to myself. Make it a habit to do a little video at the beginning of each term. And you're welcome to do the same thing for your intro if you'd like. A couple of tools you could use. I typically just use my computer's recording tool, and then I post that up to YouTube, and then I link it in. You could do that too as a student, I believe. And Canvas has its own connection to Kaltura. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but there's a little sunburst type icon. If you click on that, it sends you to Kaltura tool, and you can make a video doing that either way. So anyway, you don't have to. It's just a suggestion. But just a quick intro about myself. I'm the director of SUU Online. That's my regular day job. I've been with Southern Utah University since February of 1998, and so I am coming up on 19 years here. I first started out as business and marketing coordinator for the Division of Continuing Education, and over the years my job has changed and the division has changed. We are now the graduate and online school, and I'm now the director of SUU Online. That's half my job. The other half is that I am the chair, I guess you could say, department chair of the General Studies major, which I'm sure most, if not all of you, are General Studies majors. I guess you would have to be if you're in this course, since it's required for those majors and exclusive to those majors. So anyway, glad to have you as a General Studies major. And just for your information, as of the middle of fall semester, there were 113 General Studies majors at SUU. So that's really good news. So this teaching assignment is actually off duty for me, even though you can see I'm in my office. But generally speaking, the hours that I put in teaching this course are to be done on my own time in the evenings and weekends, and so that may slightly impact how things go. I try to respond quickly and that sort of thing. As far as my pathway to getting here, I started out at Dixie College back when it was Dixie College, and got an associate degree there in business administration, and then transferred to Southern Utah University. That was when SUU had a university center in St. George. I was living there at the time, and so I finished up my last 2 years at SUU, attending there at the Dixie campus. And then just as I was finishing up my my BA degree at SUU, Utah State University had what it called a traveling MBA program, and that's where they had professors go to different locations throughout the state, and at that particular time St. George had been chosen. And so those professors came down on Friday nights and Saturday mornings, and so for 15 months, that's what my weekend looked like. Friday night, Saturday morning, I was in class there at Dixie College again. I essentially got all of my degrees in one building there at Dixie up to that point. So that was an MBA in marketing. So that's my my master's degree, and it was right about the time that I was finishing up that program that I got hired at SUU. And then in 2004, Utah State University, through some special funding from the legislature, was able to offer what they called a doctorate at a distance, and that's where they chose locations around the state that they considered to be underserved locations, and they delivered a doctorate program in curriculum and instruction. So it's actually a degree in education. We took half of those classes through online, just like you're doing here, and the other half were through IVC, which is an interactive video conferencing, which is a glorified Skype type product, only it's very robust. And so I did that for 3 years of coursework, and spent 2 summers up in Logan doing on-site residencies up there. And then after all that was over and done with, and I passed through my comprehensive finals, I did my dissertation research and all of that, and I defended my dissertation in 2012. Took almost every minute that they allowed me. It was an 8-year program, and I took 7 years, 11 months, and 11 days to get done. So I wouldn't recommend putting it off that long, and I certainly will not let you put off your work that long in this course. Uh, so anyway, anyway, that was uh, all of that. Uh, the master's level and the PhD level work was really provided me with a good, strong foundation, I feel, for what we're doing in this course, this research seminar course. When I entered graduate school, I had never been given any training of any sort on what academic writing should look like, at least beyond what you do in your second English class. And so I found myself lacking in that regard. And so when I was put in charge of the general studies program, and we were looking for a couple of courses that we could consider to be our core courses, my very first thought was our students need to have a stronger foundation in academic writing. And especially my thought is, if you are a general studies major, you could be coming into this program from a variety of pathways. I know that general studies is probably not the first choice of most of you. It might be for some of you in your circumstances, but I suspect there are many of you, you started out in some other major, and for whatever reason that isn't working out, or maybe you left college and now you're coming back or whatever. Having that varied background, my suspicion is you probably don't have a real strong foundation in academic research, and so I'm hoping that we'll provide you with a little bit of that here. I'm getting off the topic of my personal introduction, I'm sorry. But so my educational background really helped me to become a little bit stronger in research, and so I'm hoping to help you get to that same point by the time we're done. As far as my personal family situation, I live in Enoch, which is 7 miles north of Cedar City, a little bedroom community out there. We've been out there almost 15 years now, and have a beautiful wife and 4 grown sons, and 2 of them are married. I have 2 cute grandchildren that we just love to death, and when we have a couple of minutes of spare time, we like to go up on the mountain, and my wife's family has a cabin up there, so we spend a few weekends a year up there, and we ride ATVs, and we like to watch football, and just enjoy being outside and doing activities together as a family. So that's just a little bit about me. Pretty casual and easygoing. I almost never wear a tie unless I think I need to try to impress somebody that day. But I'm available. You're welcome to get in touch with me to make an appointment, or I spend most of my day in my office, and so if you just happen to pop in and I'm here, we could have a chat. Anyway, all that information is in the syllabus. So this went way longer than I intended, but I hope that you enjoy this course. Spend a couple of minutes putting together a nice little introduction to yourself, even if it's just in the text box of the discussion. And let's get to know each other a little bit better. We're going to be working together and supporting one another and collaborating a little bit. And so knowing a little bit about each other is helpful. If you're in a witness protection program, you don't need to divulge anything that you shouldn't. And certainly if you want to keep things private, that's fine too. We just like to know a little bit about our classmates and where you're from and that sort of a thing. So anyway, good luck, and let's have fun this term.